Alright, so 2 hours 47 minutes, start of chapter 11. Here we go.
Feeling better?
Yeah, seems like it worked.
Bad news? All we've done is buy you some time. The suppressant's effects will wear off all too soon. You ready to go?
Don't worry about me. Ashley is the priority.
In that case, we know what we have to do. Then come, Sancho Panza! Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea!
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Hey, that was my lance. Okay, we hurry, I get it.
Why help me, though? What's in it for you?
This was the chapter that gave me the most problems. I forgot.
A little hard for me to put my faith in someone who used to work for Umbrella.
Heard, huh? Umbrella's done for. You don't need to worry about them anymore.
I ended up saving 2 times during this chapter because I saved before in the beginning,
I just want to feel good about myself.
thinking that this area
Something like that.
that I'm going to was going to be a problem, which it can. It very much can. Because you're going to have to contend with like 2 chainsaw people. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to linger in here at all. I'm running. Yeah, you should probably shoot that dude. Dude with the shovel, pretty unpredictable. Sometimes he won't swing, and then other times he'll get you with that big one. So I'd probably just put him on his ass. Now, oh wow, this is the one where I did the deflect. Now, she can be a problem. There's a few things she can do. She can do that one where she just swings down at you, and you'll probably have to parry it because she most likely will hit you with it. She'll probably charge at you, which could be ideal because if you run it directly to the switch, you'll have iframes, which she'll probably just miss you. And then the other one will just swing like 3 times. If you run to the switch, it can be very risky. If you run to the switch, hit the switch, you'll get iframes at least. So, yeah, if that dynamite hit us, we were probably dead. So yeah, that's the goal. Get in there, get the switch, get the hell out of there. Get that treasure, run across this bridge with a flash grenade. Flash everybody. Run to the dynamite. We don't care about anything else but the dynamite. We don't even care about the treasure in that little alcove. We just want to get the dynamite, get the hell out of there. The less time we spend in that room, the better. At least the way that I see it. If you get killed by Chainsaw Lady, I guess that's why you have the save. So, I probably wouldn't have been that crazy with it if I didn't have that save. So I suppose that save allows me to, you know, be at least a little bit reckless. Because I think maybe what it was like the 5 times I attempted this, she probably killed me once. If I remember right. And that was when she did just the regular swipe. Because like, sometimes the moves will track you. It's kind of weird. The hit detection can be a little bit weird sometimes. But I would say the thing that gave me the most problems was this room. The 2 trolls.
After you, I insist.
Such a gentleman.
Now you owe me.
Luis, heads up!
Now we're even.
Is it always like this with you?
Yeah, the 2 trolls were the ones that gave me the problems. Mainly the armored one. The armored one killed me for what, 2 times? Nice grab. Nice grab. Oh, also, don't forget to repair your armor if you need to at the beginning of this chapter. I don't give a shit about the treasures, I just wanted to kill these guys quickly. Drop him in the pit. We can kill this guy pretty easily. When he's down on the ground like that, if I, you know, get that, if we get a nice shot, and he's not above the pit, you probably shoot him 2-3 more times with the rifle, and it should kill him. It's the armor guy that gives you the most problems. Mostly because even then they move pretty fast. I don't have the striker charm either, so I don't move as fast. And Lewis takes a little bit longer. That's actually ideal. I kind of want him to do that because it gives me a few extra seconds, you know, to actually... I'm surprised I dodged that. Most times he kicks, he hits me. Yeah, he hit me with that. But him charging like that's probably ideal because it gives you like a few extra seconds to wait for Lewis to bring the dynamite. So we want to get him over here. Come on, turn around, big boy. There you go. Now, what you really want to do is shoot the dynamite while he's over the pit. Because then that way, once the dynamite blows up, we can just drop his ass into the pit. But he didn't fall in there that time, so I pop a shot here. I thought I could get another one, and then I was just like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna flash him. If you can hit him with a flash grenade, and it knocks him down immediately. And then, yeah, there you go. That's another way you can do it too. I think there's a flash grenade in this room too if you need one. But we just want to, yeah, we want to get rid of the trolls quickly. I think they were the guys that gave me the most problems in this chapter. So we're going to give Lewis a boost here first, and then we'll go collect everything in the room.
How's it look?
Oh, there is a hand grenade though. Some machine gun ammo. We can sell that if we need to. Because we're not really using submachine guns. Not on this run.
Well, that was a pain.
There's the deluxe treasure in that little chest on the desk
The underground here is
that you
secret.
can grab.
See, this is where they discovered Las Plagas, preserved inside ancient deposits of amber.
Of course they did.
So now we get to do the minecart section, which is actually not too hard. There's probably one enemy in there that could be a real pain in the butt, which is the chainsaw, Mr. Salvador.
Give us a push, Sancho.
Who are you calling Sancho?
But there's also a way that we can handle him too.
It's moving. This should speed things up a bit.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Hey, we're in a hurry, right? Oh, by the way,
What now?
hope you like thrill rides.
Not really much to say about this, although I will say, like, I like what they did with this, with the minecart section in the remake than the OG. The OG was pretty boring, I would say. This one's actually kind of fun, because I like how they incorporated some different, like, aspects to it. It makes it more engaging. You know, you gotta lean left and right depending on where you're going on the track. You know, then they have the switches that you have to turn. If you don't, then you'll obviously die. I've never actually failed that, so I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure you die. But yeah, like the leaning back and forth, you can also die there if you're not paying attention here. And then also you gotta take care of the enemies pretty quickly, because if they shoot your cart and your health, and you know the health goes down, then obviously you die that time too. But for the most part, I don't die on this section. Like it's there's like more dangers to it, I suppose, but it's also pretty engaging. I just like how the leaning is probably the most fun, you know, because it gives you something to do while you're sitting there like riding the rails and stuff. You got to be like paying attention the whole time, you know. Then we'll wait till these two guys are there and kaboom! We could probably drag out these two, but they'd probably hit us by the time that barrel shows up. It could be risky, but we could pull it off, possibly. Take them out in full swoop. That guy hit us. Nice shot. That guy got us twice. Nice shot again, dickhead. He hit us twice before he fucked off. Just blow up those barrels and get rid of those guys. And flip the switch here. But yeah, like a lot of the sections that got revamped or added onto, I find them much better in the remake. Cause I probably already stated this before, but I'll state it again. I actually like the remake more than the OG game. The OG game I played a ton when it first came out. Like obviously way back in the day when it was out, you know, like 2005, I think it was. And obviously in 2005, you know, when it first came out, the game was like revolutionary for its time, you know. And then as it went on, you know, I was like one of those people who were all like, I enjoyed it I enjoyed Resident Evil 4 as a game, you know, but as a Resident Evil it was not my favorite. You know, obviously. You know how like some people use that argument where it's all like, it's a great game, but it's not a Resident Evil game. Like, nah, the game's still a Resident Evil game, but I just said that, like, in terms of, like, you know, that was probably a bad idea to blow him up right there. Took a nice chunk out of my body armor. But in, you know, in terms of, like, being a Resident Evil game, it was not my favorite, because RE2 is always my favorite. Has always been my favorite. And so, like, you know, as the years went by, I didn't play it as much. Like, I stopped playing it. And I never really wanted to go back to it. And then, you know, obviously when the remake got announced, I was like, really? I don't think RE4 needed a remake. You know, I was like one of those people at the beginning where it's like, I don't think it needed a remake. I don't know why they're remaking this game. They could have remade, like, Code Veronica, or you know, or the or RE1. I would love for another remake of RE1, even though they've already remade the game once. Do it again. I would love to see the you know, the Spencer Mansion with the RE engine. You know, it'd be amazing. And I know a lot of people want Code Veronica. I'm one of those people who's all like, I could go either way, I guess. And there's Salvador. But yeah, but then, like, you know, as I saw more of this game, it got me more excited, and I was like, oh man, you know. And then hearing that it didn't change much, I was like, all right, cool. Let's see what it's like, you know. And I'm actually kind of glad they remade it. And to be fair, I wish like RE2R had, you know, like this level. Like, I'm not gonna say that RE2 remake is bad. It's great. I just kind of wish that, you know, the A and B scenarios were more different for Claire and Leon. You know how like it was in the original? It felt like you had 4 different scenarios rather than just 2. You know, like, I get that they do, like, they have different divulging paths, you know, in their games, but at the same time, their playthroughs were, you know, different from the A and B scenario. So we're gonna want to start popping some shots into his cart. Don't worry about him. Once he starts trying to get ready to swing, then shoot him. Just stun him once. But we want to shoot his mine cart, because once he comes around again, we should be able to blow it up, and we won't have to worry about him at all. So yeah, we're just gonna pop some shots. See, as you can see, it's breaking, and then we wait just in case. Yeah, stun him twice so he can't come after us. But yeah, like, once the remake came out and I played it, I'm actually really glad they remade it. It's really great. But yeah, see, that's one where he just gets ready to swing and he's just gonna come at you, just blow up his cart, and you don't have to worry about him. End of the line, asshole. But yeah, as I was saying, with with Resident Evil 2 remake, you know, being, that's probably the one thing that I wish, was that the A and B scenarios were a little bit different. Kind of like in how the OG game was. Other than that, I love the game for what it was. Now, Resident Evil 3, I like the beginning, the city. obviously, being the city part was the best part of the game. I wish they expanded that way more. I would have been okay with the clock tower being taken out if the city was expanded much more, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people have said their piece about that game.
What? Are you serious? Jump! Oh yeah! Luis, can I get a hand? Give us a 3-2-1 next time, eh, Sancho?
Whatever.
I love when Luis says, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." The way he says it's just amazing. Oh yeah. But yeah, I know a lot of people, you know, a lot of people have said Resident Evil 3 Remake's trash. I'm like, nah, it's a fine game for what it is, you know. It just lacks the replayability that the original had, and that's what made the original good. Was like its replayability, because you know they had like the multiple, like the different choices, the different paths, which I wish that's what they had in the remake. It's strange that they didn't, you know. It always seemed like that was kind of the thing that they were trying to do, is keep the gimmicks of the games, you know, which we all hope that that's what they were doing, is keeping the gimmicks of the games. I'll still play it. I'll still play RE3 because I love Jill. Jill's my second favorite character aside from Leon. Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I like it, and I like Jill. I like the way she looks. I like her actress, you know, her voice actress. Really good job in the game, you know. That's one of the reasons why I continue to play, is just for Jill. I am still like, I am probably one of those people that does wish that a director's cut will get released at some point, I hope. Or Capcom decides to like, oh, we're gonna go back and do some DLC for that game, and then, you know, do like a huge expansion to it. Give us the rest of the game. Just huffing that copium, you know. But hey, we can all hope. Yeah, all in all, I'm actually glad they remade this game. You know, getting to play it again, it gave me a new love for the RE4. I like it. I know a lot of people are like, it's not like the OG. Blah. Honestly, I think the story's way more cohesive in this game than it was in the original. And then, if you know anything about the original, the story in that game was written in probably like what was it, a few days? Like Shinji Mikami come out and said that, like, he writ the original like RE4 story like in a few days, and he was even hoping that someone would tell this story even better, and there you go, here you go. It's the story told even better, in my opinion. It makes more sense. It's the same story, but it makes more sense. You know, that's why I see all those people who are like, I saw someone say that this remake story ruins the OG, and I'm like, what? Okay, hot takes galore. I'm like, all right. He's like, it ruins characters, and I'm like, okay. But like, people need to realize that this is following the remake characters. The remake characters, yes, are different than the OG ones. Because Leon is not like, he's a quip machine, sure. He throws out his quips and stuff, but he's not like doing it every time. You know, he's got that serious side, and he's got that PTSD side. You know, where he's suffering from the effects of Raccoon City still to this day. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, if anybody was to go through something like that and survived it, you're gonna tell me that they're just gonna suddenly forget about it and never think about it again? That's like one of the things that I liked about these remake characters, is you can tell that they're suffering the effects of incidents that they've suffered. Because like in Resident Evil 3 Remake, Jill suffers PTSD from it. She wants to get the hell out of Raccoon City because she wants to get away from all of that. Because she, like, she has nightmares about it, you know. They show it in the remake, you know, where she has nightmares of her turning into a zombie. You know, it's you see how like these people aren't like these characters aren't like these superhuman, you know, superhuman machines where they can just go through these incidents and then completely forget about them, you know. It's one things I liked about it, because you can see it in Leon's face. You know, you see it in his face that he's still suffering the effects from it. So what we're gonna, yeah. So anyways, back to like strategy. So I'm upgrading the knife here, just for the Krauser fight. Yeah, and then I be sure to save there. Don't do what I did. This is the one where I tried to do the fight without saving, and I died. So I had to go through this. So I had to go through the whole minecart section. I had to actually I had to do the whole chapter again, honestly. And that was like, no. I would just make a save there. You'll be totally fine. Because I never, I think I only died only one other time during the Krauser fight, and I wasn't, and like, yeah, considering that perfect parries are the only thing that works in professional mode. And if you haven't perfected it, it can be a problem. The fight can be a problem. So it's just better safe than sorry.
Be straight with me for once.
Oh, and I know I mentioned this before, but I like Luis's character in the remake. He's much better than the original. Because you can see that he's also trying to make up for, you know, as he's talking about it, like he's just trying to make up for his mistakes for being a researcher on the Plagas, you know.
In that case, you better get serious.
Harsh words for a squire.
Yeah, see, he jokes around, but you know, underneath that, you see a man that's like struggling with trying to make amends for what happened, for what he's done.
Gus, we made it all this way. You know it means we're almost...
Almost what?
Man, and we all knew this was coming. Although it's different how it happens. But we all knew it was coming.
Time no see, rookie.
Major Krauser? What the hell? Why?
Recovering stolen goods. And killing a few rats along the way. Easy work.
Ashley, it was you.
You catch you quick. Didn't I teach you? Knives are faster. Not good.
And Krauser with that super jump there. I know some people didn't really like Krauser's voice, but I kind of think he fits like the 80s action movie tone that this, you know, this game was originally made to be, you know, like an 80s action movie. Plus I like what they did with him, honestly. I mean, I know he's the same character, obviously, but he felt like you know, the change with him killing Luis is much better, I think, rather than Sadler doing it with his, you know, weird freaking tail that comes out, you know, his third leg, I guess, in the OG. But it's nice that like Luis got to live a little bit longer. A shame we only got one chapter with him though. Yeah, you want to try to get those melees, because I think those melees are what does the most damage. And then if you can, just like, you know, poke him or slash him every chance that you get. But this fight was so much more improved. I know it's like some people like didn't like the fact that they took the QTEs out of it, and instead of this being like just a cutscene QTE, they actually made it a playable fight. You know what I mean? And it's so much better. Because it's pretty intense too. but really, really fun. And, you know, you get the feeling that this is where the knife mechanic came from. They did this fight, and then they realized they wanted to do it for the rest of the game. Yeah, Luke's ain't dead yet.
Enough play, rookie. You haven't changed a damn bit. What a disappointment. Not looking good, eh, my friend? And such a loss to the ladies of the world.
Don't talk.
Take this. The key to my laboratory. Go there and remove those damn parasites. Help Ashley. You know, I led a pretty shitty life. But now, eh? What do you think, Leon? People can change, right?
Damn. Yeah, it was a really good scene. Fuck. Yeah, it still gets you even now. But, yeah, that does it for chapter 11. 21 minutes. That's pretty good time. So, I will see you guys in chapter 12. We're almost out of the castle. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.